Thanks very much, Will. Yes, they make their way out into the arena that is the Camp Nou. Barcelona versus Girona. Second encounter of the campaign. Their first, of course, in the top flight for 87 years. That's how long it's taken Girona to appear at the very pinnacle of Spanish football. When they met earlier on this season, it was a 3-0 win for Barcelona, but not quite as comfortable as the scoreline might suggest. A terrific atmosphere here. It's another Catalan derby, and a warm embrace as well in the tunnel down below between the two head coaches. Let's run you through the two sides. We'll start with Barca. 3 changes from that 2-0 victory at Eibar. Iniesta, Paulinho and Roberto drop down to the bench. Coutinho, Dembele and Semedo come into the starting 11. So Ter Stegen is in goal. Alba, Umtiti, Piqué and Semedo across the back. Busquets we expect to play in that slightly deeper role with Rakitic and Coutinho ahead of him. Then there's some talk that we may see Messi just playing in that number 10 role behind Suarez and Dembele. We shall see as the game progresses. The bench, as ever, for Barcelona is a strong one. Silesen, Iniesta, Paulinho, Digne, Roberto, Vidal and Vermaelen as well. As for the Girona side, 3 changes for them as well. From the team that were victorious against Leganés. Mojica, Garcia and Stuani all miss out. The latter two, Garcia and Stuani, are on the bench today. Pere Pons, Lozano and Maffeo come into the starting 11. So Bonu, the Moroccan, continues in goal. Romalo, Espinosa and Wampi will be the 3 centre halves. Maffeo, Pere Pons, Granel and Ade across midfield, with Portu and Borja Garcia supporting Lozano, who gets his first start up top today for Girona. Iresos, Stuani, Timor, Muniesa, Alex Garcia, Douglas Luiz and Planas are on the bench today for the visitors. Reece Weston's alongside me. This on paper should be quite comfortable, you would feel, for Barcelona, but it has the edge of a derby, and also with midweek fixtures in mind, you just wonder how much of an impact that's going to have on the way Girona perform.
Yeah, of course, it's a tricky one, isn't it? When you go to the Camp Nou, you often expect Barcelona to win quite comfortably, and Girona, as surprising as they have been this season, the big ask for them to come away with anything this evening. And as you rightly say, they have half an eye on midweek fixtures and so on and so forth. And I expect, with Barcelona's attacking riches this evening, with Coutinho, Dembele, Messi and Suarez all starting, I fear that the firepower will be too much for Girona to contain. But nonetheless, they've got nothing to lose, and I expect to get a really enjoyable game.
A moment of reflection inside the Camp Nou for the police officer who lost his life, obviously, during that Europa League action on Thursday night. Almost ready to go. Some nervous faces around on look at some of these Girona players, but the excitement tonight, the chance to see Coutinho, Messi, Suarez and Dembele all playing together for the first time from the off here at the Camp Nou. There is a buzz of anticipation in the air, and it's Barca who will kick from left to right in the opening 45 minutes and get us underway. Semedo with an early touch on this right hand side. 62 points garnered from that opening 24 games in La Liga. They have 28 more points than that of Girona. 7 spots between them in the league, as we mentioned. In fact, it's 8 now, as Semedo's away early here down the right hand side into a really good position, cuts the ball back across the penalty area, but it's behind everybody, and then the arrival at the edge of the box is Jordi Alba, who tries to take it on. It's high in the air midway inside the Girona half, where Busquets gets a little flick header on it, and Umtiti has to pick it up and just manages to get the ball beyond the head of Lozano and back towards Piqué, and Barca once more have possession just inside their own half.
What a start by Barcelona. I read somewhere that Girona are notoriously bad at conceding goals in the early exchanges in games, and we almost saw that there. The first attack down the right hand side, great interplay between Semedo and Dembele. The final pull was a bit lacking, but they were on it again on the left hand side with Coutinho.
They are. He's cutting inside onto that right foot of his, to the edge of the penalty area he goes. Busquets is there, just turns nicely. Alba's gone onto the overlap, can't find him though. Girona get it clear only as far as Umtiti, who's at the edge of the penalty area. Here's Messi, just trying to find himself some room right at the edge of the D, but he's crowded out by red and white shirts. Barca keep possession though Unable to clear their own half here, Girona right now. Here is Busquets towards the edge of the penalty area. Right hand side is Suarez. Suarez goes to almost play the ball down the outside towards where Dembele had made a run. Instead he goes to Semedo, and here is Dembele getting it square to Messi, 35 yards from goal. He will then just pick the ball forward for Coutinho. Has support from Busquets. Little layoff to Coutinho, and the ball squirts up in the air to the edge of the penalty area again, where it has to be cleared away by Juan P. And forward it goes up this left-hand touchline, and finally Girona can advance into the Barcelona half. And it's Lozano with the ball at feet, tries to snip it through towards the edge of the penalty. There's a mix-up and it's a goal! And Girona have the lead! Would you believe it? Extraordinary! 2 minutes into the game, a mix-up at the back between Umtiti and Ter Stegen, and it's a goal for Girona, and Porto has scored. He's just scooped the ball in to the right-hand side of Ter Stegen's goal, in off the post, and it's a stunning start for the visitors in this Catalan derby. A 5th goal in the last 8 games in La Liga for Porto, and it's Barcelona 0, Girona 1.
My word, Porto cannot believe his luck. It's a horrible mix-up between Umtiti and Ter Stegen. It's Busquets that gives the ball away initially. Good play by Lozano on the left-hand side, very direct, runs at the Barcelona back four, but you think Umtiti's just going to deal with it. Instead he dwells. Ter Stegen's non-committal has a great finish on the angle by Porto. It clips the inside of the left-hand post, goes across the goal and nestles in the far right-hand corner. The dream start for Girona at the Camp Nou, and they're 1 goal to the good.
It's off both posts as well. He's done it the hard way. The inside of the right-hand post, then onto the left-hand upright and into the back of the net. What a start. He's into double figures for the season as well. It's his 10th goal. And the 25-year-old Spaniard, who was on his best ever goal tally anyway, has just made it even better. Former Valencia man, of course, and well, the Camp Nou is stunned, absolutely stunned. They've made such a bright start, controlling the opening 2 minutes of the game, and then Girona are now in front, and they don't concede many goals here, Barcelona. In fact, so far this season, that's just number 6 in La Liga. There's a foul there, and Semedo, and a free kick goes to the visitors, who lead by a goal to 0 here on TalkSport 2, 4 minutes in.
Well, that's the Achilles heel for Barcelona, isn't it? When they're so dominant in possession, it's the concentration that's the key. You know, how often do you see defenders switch off when they're not under any pressure? And we've seen that there. And Titi, he's coming onto it. He's favourite to win that ball from Porto. Instead, he just decelerates right at the last minute. He's expecting, I don't know what he's expecting. He's expecting Ter Stegen to come and clear it. I'm not too sure what he's thinking, but he's messed up.
Messi through to Suarez inside the penalty area. 1-1. Luis Suarez for Barcelona. They're in front for just 2 minutes. 18 for the season for Luis Suarez. In no time at all, Barcelona are back on terms, as they've done time and time again this season. And it's Suarez the man on the mark, and the pass coming from Messi. Barcelona 1, Girona 1.
The perfect response by Barcelona. It's great play again. Busquets making amends. A delightful reverse pass into the feet of Messi. And it's a day that's playing Luis Suarez onside. He's dropped a little bit too deep the left back, and Suarez, he tends to play right on the shoulder, timed his run to absolute perfection. And he's got the composure with his left foot to finish past Bono at his near post. He'll be a little bit disappointed, I would think, to be beaten from that angle. But it didn't take Barcelona long to get back on terms.
63rd goal of the season for Barca in La Liga. And Suarez, who did make a really slow start, there was no doubt about that. He was struggling for form at the start of the campaign, injured as well, of course. On to 18 for the season. Really nice finish as well. 5 minutes played, and a goal feast on the cards already. Barcelona 1, Girona 1. It's La Liga live on TalkSport 2. Here's Porto on that far side. Just trying to get the better of Umtiti again. This time he does well, but the loose ball is picked up by Maffeo on that far touchline. It's into touch and out of play for a throw to Barcelona. Midway inside their own half. No time to catch your breath so far in the Camp Nou. Here's the throw. Taken short by Alba to Busquets. No pressure on Busquets. And they'll just drift the ball out to this right-hand touchline. Piqué towards Dembele. Poor first touch, loses out. Girona quicker in the tackle on this occasion. And that's Borja who gets that ball through, and it's a slashed effort from Lozano. on his left foot, high and wide of Ter Stegen's goal. The 24-year-old Honduran just snatching at that opportunity. Nice little ball through that time though by Borja Garcia. Way off target though.
Yeah, it was a great ball, great run as well by Lozano, and he's more time than he thinks there. He's leaning back and he just blazed his volley over the bar, but again the Barcelona back four caught sleeping.
For Barca B earlier this year did Lozano. Maybe that's why they've popped him in the side today. Actually scored 4 goals for them as well. That one's chipped over the top and out of play, and away what will be a goal kick to Ter Stegen on that left hand side. Again Borja just trying to make things happen. They've taken the goal kick very quickly. Ter Stegen under pressure here from 2 red and white shirts. He shifts the ball out to this right hand side where it's picked up again, and driving forward on this near touchline is Semedo. Finds Dembele, his error, almost letting in Girona for a second time. It's Busquets through the centre circle. Here's Messi, ball at feet, slips it through towards Dembele. Too much on that. And the chase was on. Dembele wearing his gloves. It's been a sunny day in Barcelona, but descending into a chilly night. 7.5 minutes play. One apiece between these two sides. An explosive start to this Catalan derby.
The sense that Ousmane Dembele is just trying to feel his way into this Barcelona side, isn't he? He hasn't quite found his rhythm. Obviously blighted by injury, of course, and limited game time thus far in his Barcelona career. But you know, I get the impression he's often trying too hard. Dembele, you know, he's just trying too many little flicks and fanciful turns rather than taking possession, looking after possession. And we saw there in that passage of play, he tried a really intricate flick around the corner, got cut out and almost conceded a second goal.
Is Semedo, who some say is the slightly more defensive-minded fullback of the two between him and Sergi Roberto. Not really showing that so far today. Albert just gets that ball down into the feet of Coutinho, tries to knock it down that left-hand touchline, but it's won away by Girona here, and Porto advances into the Barcelona half at pace. Rakitic is there alongside him, checking his run. Lozano goes back inside. Plenty arriving here in red and white shirts. Long distance effort as well over the top of the bar. Given in by Granell, but well wide and high of the target of Ter Stegen's goal away to our left hand side. We've been playing for 9 minutes on TalkSport 2. It's one apiece. A reminder that huge game tomorrow between Sevilla and Atletico Madrid is live for you all as part of European Matchday Live with Nat Coombs and Lars Sivertsen, should I say, and that's going to be with you from 5:30 tomorrow here on TalkSport 2. We're going around Europe, of course, plus commentary on that big La Liga game. Messi's on a run here and he's been fouled in the process. A couple of yards outside the penalty area on the left-hand side of the D, probably about 20 yards from goal. Just an outstretched boot from Messi and a challenge from Romano that was fairly I wouldn't say it was too obvious a foul, but
robust.
Yeah, robust is the word. Well done, Reece.
Thank you. But that whole counter-attack was brought about by Ter Stegen playing an 80-yard diagonal pass to the feet of Luis Suarez. Outrageous from the goalkeeper, which set Barcelona on the counter-attack, and consequently they've now earned a free kick no more than 20 yards from goal, left of centre. Messi and Suarez standing over it, but I can only imagine one person will be taking this.
Well, it really suits the right footer, but obviously I think Messi may well still fancy it himself. There's 4 in the wall for Girona, a couple of spare bodies as well. Messi goes across the goal. What an extraordinary angle he was aiming for then. He went across the keeper, looking for the far post from that left-hand side where he was, and actually went to the side of the wall, and it forced a save from Yassine Bonu. Here's the corner with the right foot of Dembele swung over. Suarez wins the header out the edge of the penalty area. Messi then tries to feed it through to the Uruguayan, but can't find him. And Porto again happy to take on him. Titi on that far side and is fouled in the process just as he approached halfway by Jordi Alba, and that's going to be another free kick, this time for the visitors.
He almost went for the double bluff, Messi, didn't he, from that free kick? You know, you think for all intents and purposes he's going to whip it towards the near post. Instead he's gone across goal, across the face of the wall, so the goalkeeper was unsighted, and it's just skipped in front of the keeper. He's done well to keep his eye on it and palm it away. It's probably just going the wrong side of the post, but he couldn't afford to gamble.
It feels a bit of a waste though. It would have suited Suarez much more, but I suppose they have a protocol, i.e. if Messi wants it, Messi gets it. Penapons Did well in the middle, but then has lost possession here. Messi will slip that one through to Dembele inside the penalty area. Dembele cuts in on his left foot, or tries to, has the support of Suarez, but he just dilly-dallied on the ball a little too long inside the penalty area. I think Dembele, full of confidence and who's been fit for most of the season, would probably have just put his right foot through that.
Agreed. And what a pass from Lionel Messi. He slid that ball through about a space about a yard and a half wide, straight into the path of Dembele, who's streaking towards goal. Instead he just dwells, he was non-committal and tried to cut onto his favoured left foot, and by that point the opportunity had gone.
Here they come again with Messi. Oh, lovely ball, dinked over the top, chested down and into the arms of the goalkeeper. It was a decent run from Jordi Alba all the way from left back. Messi picked him out beautifully with the most sublime ball over the top to spot that run. It was perfectly weighted, and as he chested it down, he just got too much on it. Then he put it into the arms of the keeper away to our right-hand side. But Messi already pulling the strings tonight.
He is, and his laser-like accuracy with those passing, and that connection he's got with Jordi Alba is second to none. But I think Jordi Alba was trying to be unselfish there. I think he was trying to chest it down for Luis Suarez.
Here they come again. Messi down that left-hand side, gets it out wide to Coutinho, knocks it in towards Dembele, and there's a foul inside the penalty area. Dembele is penalised by the referee. It'll be a free kick to Girona. We've been playing for just under 13 minutes here in the Camp Nou. It's Barcelona 1, Girona 1. A shock lead for the visitors from Porto. And then the response coming from Suarez to level things up just 2 minutes later. A really bright start and a really open game here.
It has been a bright start. It's been thoroughly enjoyable, and so to be fair to Girona, they haven't shown Barcelona too much respect at all. They've been going at them when they've been given opportunities. They got their goal early on. See, Barcelona fought back straight away, and they've been combative, and they've been competing across the pitch, Girona, and they haven't allowed Barcelona really to get into too much of their rhythm.
They had a terrific away run earlier in the season where they were unbeaten in 6 La Liga games, then suffered back-to-back defeats, and they haven't actually managed a victory in the last 5 after such a good start here. They've got a throw on the far side, level with the edge of the 6-yard box. Not too many options inside the penalty area as the ball swung over, and it's challenged for by Borja Garcia, but Dembele got enough on it. On this left-hand side, it's picked up by Ade. It goes back towards halfway. Juanpi will then find right in the heart Bernardo Espinosa, launched forward, header away by Mtiti's not the best. Porto picks it up. Girona have some possession here in the Barca half, picked up by Granel in the middle of the park. He has support and he finds Borja again. Back once more with Juanpi on this near side. Here is Ade. We're going to try and take on Semedo. Dembele comes across to assist. They go for an alternative option. Ball into the feet that time of Lozano. PK forced back towards the corner flag, and an outstretched boot from Ade Benitez on this near side puts it into touch for a throw to Barcelona this time. Had quarter of an hour on TalkSport 2. It's 1-0.
They moved the ball well, Girona. Little triangles, all looking for possession, all keen to be involved in the game. No one's hiding. It's a brilliant bit of skill by Serge Busquets there, dragging the ball past 3 players.
Away by PK towards halfway. He was another one who we believe may get a little bit of a rest today, with Vermaelen potentially coming in to the starting 11, but once more seems like mind games from Valverde. It's a free kick here for Barca midway inside their own half. Another busy week of live sport coming up here on TalkSport 2. We've got the Checker Trade Trophy semi-final on Tuesday night as Shrewsbury take on Yeovil for a place in the Wembley final. We have a La Liga double bill on Wednesday evening. That's from 6:30. Athletic Bilbao take on Valencia, and then we have Atletico Madrid versus Leganés to finish the evening. Plus we've got Premier League darts for you on Thursday. That's from Exeter. And then on Friday, Middlesbrough take on Leeds in the Championship. So live sport throughout the week right here on TalkSport 2. Of course, your home of 500 games alongside our sister station TalkSport, all culminating in the FIFA World Cup in June and July. Very much looking forward to bringing you that from Russia. Throwing down this right hand side. Will be taken for Barca by Semedo. Gets it back to Rakitic. Infield he goes and finds Busquets. Forward to Coutinho and then to Rakitic again. 25 yards out from goal. Down the right hand side, Semedo gets across it. Decent one as well towards Suarez. It had to be cleared away by Espinosa and he did well. And Girona will pick up the loose ball 10 yards outside their own box on this near side. Borja Garcia forces the throw. Playing the ball off of Semedo. And into touch for what will be a throw-in on this near side to Girona. 23rd start of the season for Borja. A couple of goals for him as well. Formerly, of course, in the younger reserve ranks at Real Madrid. Lozano wanted a foul. It didn't come from the referee. Instead, it's another throw on this near side. Not the noisiest of atmospheres you would expect probably from a Catalan derby inside the Camp Nou.
Yeah, it's quite subdued, isn't it? I think once this game develops a little bit further, if you want to keep playing the way they're playing, I think Barcelona may need the support of the Camp Nou.
You can hear some of the cheering on the far side. There's a few supporters wearing masks. They are, I think, visitors from the Far East who not too many germs being spread around. Here's the free kick, which is going to be Girona's, probably about 10-15 yards inside the Barcelona half. Suarez is coming back on defensive duty. Ernesto Valverde is out from his technical area with plenty of instruction. It will be Borja Garcia who is over the top of this free kick. It's 3 or 4 yards in from this left touchline. He goes short to try and catch everyone out, and in the process there was a foul there on Luis Suarez. And it's going to be a free kick then for Barcelona this time. Spotted by the ref.
Yeah, poor Luis Suarez. It's not like him to be involved in an altercation, is it? He has been rugby tackled there, to be fair to him, hasn't he?
I'm not really sure why Lozano felt the need to do that, because it was a free kick to Girona and they were trying to force an attacking position, but seems rather foolish to me. The free kick given though. Barca have taken it quickly as ever. Almost 19 minutes played. One apiece on TalkSport 2. Here is Suarez midway inside the Girona half, ball over the top to Messi, who tries to lift it into the goal, and it's headed over and behind for Bernardo Espinosa. A wonderful goal line clearance which really summed up that entire play. The ball from Suarez over the top was delightful. The attempted dink finish from Messi on the full, and Espinosa just did enough to get it over the top of the crossbar. Here's the corner, second of the game from Barcelona. It's towards Suarez, who tries something acrobatic. It's beyond him though, and out of play for what will be a goal kick.
Yeah, it's a fantastic passage of play all around. Firstly, the ball from Luis Suarez is sublime. The understanding he's got with Leo Messi is incredible. It's inch perfect. Great first touch by Messi. In all fairness, he's got to do better there, but it's great defending by Bernardo, throwing his body on the line, getting underneath the crossbar and heading it up and over and behind for a corner, but it's just about to nestle in the back of the net. The interplay between Suarez and Messi was something truly sublime. It really was.
There he is, a wonderful goal line clearance. Messi had just done enough to get it over the top of the advancing Yassine Bonu. Looked like it was heading for the back of the net and putting Barcelona in front. Oh, there's a lovely ball over the top from the back by Rakitic. Dembele's there. Well, least said about that finish, I think. Edge of the penalty area. That's maybe a souvenir for someone who's bought some really cheap tickets at the Camp Nou tonight. That's gone that far back.
He's had a bit of a shocker so far, young Dembele, hasn't he?
Pass from Rakitic though is just delightful, isn't it?
Great pass, but it's that man of day again who's dropped far too deep. He's stitching up his defensive partners quite often here by taking a really deep line defensive line, and consequently that run from Dembele was good. The pass from Rakitic was very good, but the defensive line was poor, and Dembele's finish was not the best, we'll say.
Yeah, that's probably the very best way to describe it. One apiece here. We've had 20 minutes. Thoroughly entertaining encounter. Down this left-hand side again, the chase on for Girona and for a day. He's just trying to push forward. He's playing in that left wing-back role. Plenty of work to be done to look after Dembele and also Semedo when they come forward, but a rare opportunity to foray over halfway. And Girona have it back again here in the middle of the park. Pushed out to the right-hand side by Granell. Feo is over there. in the first encounter between these sides. He very much tried to do a man-marking job on Lionel Messi. Not tonight. They've abandoned that policy as well that didn't really work, with Kovacic doing that on Messi, of course, in El Clasico just before Christmas. Little turn in the middle of the park by Borja on this near side. Gets a bit of help from Ade, and they're forced back to Juanpi. And then at the edge of the penalty area, it's the hero of the hour, Espinosa. Long ball forward to try and find Lozano. He gets a flick on it, but straight into touch. We'll throw to Barca on that left-hand side.
Before Barca's possession, Girona do look dangerous when they do go on the counter-attack. And then they've got pace within that side, and they're moving the ball around well when they have possession. And they've caused Barcelona a fair few problems going forward.
If they don't lose tonight, of course, they will set a new record for their best unbeaten run in La Liga history. So far, 31 games. It's equalled what Pep managed previously in 2011. Here's Dembele on this near side. Decent crossover. The attempting clearance was made a bit of a mess of, really, you'd say, by Romalo on that far side. Here is Coutinho at the edge of the penalty area. On that right foot of his, he finds Dembele. Edge of the box on the right. He swings that one towards the back post. Suarez wanted a penalty for a challenge off the ball, again by Romalo. And in the end, it's collected by Yassine Bonu, who may have taken a knock in the process here. The referee just checking on him as we reach the midway point of this first half. It's his right ankle that seems to be a problem, as he collected that and then landed. Oh, he's been clattered by his own defender, that's why. And that's a bit of an issue for the keeper. He may have to see the physio on. Quarter of the way through this game. On the piece right now, if you've just joined us here on TalkSport 2. Girona with the early lead inside the first 3 minutes. Porto taking advantage of a real mess-up between ter Stegen and Umtiti at the back. A finish off the inside of both posts. Cancelled out by Suarez just 2 minutes later. What a delightful ball through by, well, who else? Lionel Messi. Alba gets that away for Barca, up towards halfway. Suarez tries to win it, uses his physical presence just to try and bump a couple of Girona defenders out of the way. Oh, delightful feat from Messi. He's deep inside his own half, just gone back to keep hold of the ball and help keep possession for the home side. And just the trickery and the speed of his feet just to thwart two defenders was quite superb. Here on halfway, Girona have possession. Out wide to this left-hand side to Juanpi. Here on the near touchline is Ade. Looks to cut in onto his right foot. Swings the ball to the far side. That's a delightful ball if he can keep it in. The chase is on there for Maffeo, the man on loan from Manchester City. Onto his right foot, gets the crossover. It takes a deflection towards the back post, and Semedo needed to head it clear. Did enough to get it partially away, but they've kept possession well here. Juanpi again will deliver that ball in, but only as far as the edge of the penalty area. Now an opportunity to counter for Barca, maybe. Not the best of touches by Messi. You won't hear me say that too often, but he gets a second opportunity to find Suarez on halfway, which he does. And now Semedo down this right-hand side. Dembele was making a run in the channel on the right, but it's gone back instead to Rakitic, who just slows play up, has the ball at his feet, a couple of yards inside the Girona half. It's back towards Piqué, who's at the edge of the centre circle. And Piqué again will just take his time, and he'll find Rakitic. 24th appearance of this La Liga campaign for Rakitic today. Started 22 of those fixtures. A real stalwart in that Barcelona midfield. There's Semedo slipping that through to Suarez. No offside flag. Suarez with a chance to shoot, and he does. Has to be beaten away. It's kept alive by Suarez. Comes to the edge of the penalty area. Here's Busquets. Pushes it out wide. Coutinho tries the shot. It's blocked. And then it's cleared from the edge of the penalty area by Maffeo on that right-hand side, and deep into the Barcelona half, where ter Stegen will come and collect.
So it has to be quite tight decision that. Luis Suarez again doing what he does best. Just lingering right on the shoulder of the last defender. He always flirts with the offside line. It gives the linesman a decision to make every time he's making a run, and this time the flag stayed down. He's just blasted his shot towards the near post, and Bono stays big this time and beats the ball away. He's looked lively, Luis Suarez, in this first 25 minutes or so we've seen at the Camp Nou this evening.
Rakitic out wide to the right-hand side. Here's Dembele, 25 yards from goal, cutting inside onto the left foot, where he then finds Messi. Messi into Dembele again, who tries to turn it round the corner where Messi had advanced to, but instead Girona get it away. But it's not the best of touches that time in the middle of the park from Pere Pons, and it's picked up once more inside the centre circle by Mtiti. Here is Rakitic, forward directly to Messi, to Busquets. Already Coutinho is making a mazy run on that far side. Alba has just charged as well towards the edge of the penalty area and is probably in an offside position should Messi look to find him, but I think Messi may have noticed that and instead finds Coutinho, who's immediately got two around him. Can't do anything to beat them off. Instead goes back to Pablo Maffeo on that right hand side, and the ball eventually run out of play for what will be a Barcelona throw, which they take incredibly quickly and short to Alba. And it's Busquets once more. Here is Rakitic at the edge of the centre circle. To the right is Dembele. Outside of him at this moment is Semedo, who's making a decent run. Dembele though onto his left foot. Suarez in an offside position is frustrated because he'd made a run into the penalty area. And I think was hoping that Dembele would deliver it sooner. Semedo finds Dembele again. It's back with Rakitic, 30 yards out from goal. Now it's Busquets to Coutinho on that right foot of his. So familiar that side as he darts across the edge of the penalty area. Out to Semedo again. Rakitic once more. Here is Busquets through the middle to try and find Messi. Well picked up though and cleared away for Girona. Over halfway and into the Barca half once more. We've had 27 and a half minutes. It's one apiece here on TalkSport 2.
Yeah, Barcelona starting to dictate the pace of play now, bossing things in midfield. Girona really struggling to get hold of the ball. They're camped in their own half, cannot get out at the moment.
Going to try again on this side through Borja Garcia, who's up towards halfway. He's got the attention of Semedo, and he was claiming illegally. The referee not interested. Here's Dembele, gets it across to Messi at the edge of the penalty area, who lets rip. Real power from that left boot of Messi, but way too high and too wide of Bonu's goal away to our right hand side.
Yeah, it was good pressing once again from Barcelona. Semedo, Rakitic, Busquets all pressing, winning the ball back deep in Girona territory, and Dembele picks the right pass this time, threads it to Leo Messi. He's got Coutinho going on his outside, but he opts for the shot. He just blazes it over the bar, not like the Leo Messi we're used to seeing. An opportunity, half a chance, at the very least gone begging.
The last 14 goals that Barcelona have scored in La Liga, 2 of them have come in the first half. Suarez netting that goal today. It was his goal as well against Eibar that came in the first half. They've very much been a team that have come strong in the second period throughout this season. We saw it in El Clasico, of course, 0-0 at half time against Real, and then that real burst of quality and style in the second half, enough to wash away their greatest rivals. And they've done that time and time again to sides this season. Decent bit of play on that right hand side though by Romalo this time round. He gets the better of Suarez and then can find Porto. Aside from a couple of runs and the goal, has not seen very much of the ball as this first half has advanced. 29 minutes on the clock, one apiece. Rakitic, ball over the top. Suarez is there, no offside. Helps it on to Messi. Messi inside the area. Messi at the edge of the 6-yard box. Tries to get the shot away. Works into a better position and does. Unchallenged. Lionel Messi. Girona were the only side currently in the Liga he hadn't scored against. No surprise, he's put that right tonight. Barcelona, having gone behind early on, have themselves in front. It's the 21st goal in La Liga this season for Lionel Messi. And as we approach the half-hour mark, normal service has been resumed. It's Barcelona 2, Girona 1.
Again, that man Ivan Rakitic, so long-range passing of his. He's hit that ball of 60 yards into the feet of Luis Suarez again, who's flirting with the offside position. I'm just looking to see who's played him onside. It's a fantastic run. He's just dipped back inside his man. Timed his run to perfection. Unselfishly lays the ball off to Messi. You think the chance is gone. He's got the attention of 2 defenders. He chops left, right, goes back on himself, and just when you think the chance is gone, unleashes a fierce left-footed shot. The goalkeeper has no chance, and Barcelona retake the advantage. It's a great finish by Leo Messi. I mean, it's the talent to control that ball at such close quarters like that. I know you'll screw your face up and say the goalkeeper should do better.
He gets a hand on it, doesn't he? That's what's going to frustrate him. He gets down to it.
It's quite a fierce finish. I'm going to give Messi the benefit of the doubt there, Adam, but nonetheless, it was a great ball by Rakitic to set that attack in motion. Surely Girona have got to learn when Rakitic is in possession, they've got to concede some ground because they keep getting in behind time and time again.
Well, you'd argue they're playing three at the back, and every time Suarez is finding gaps between the three centre halves quite comfortably and running off of them. You'd also say, yeah, spot Rakitic's long balls and don't let Messi dance around the penalty area. That's got to be, I mean, three of them couldn't quite deal with what Messi was trying to do there. Extraordinary. 14 minutes remaining in this first half here on TalkSport 2. Barcelona leading Girona by 2-1 right now, having been behind early on. It's Alba who's the furthest player forward on that left-hand side, and in comes Espinosa, who'd already denied Messi once with a goal line clearance. There was no denying him that time round. And Girona have it just short of halfway. Ball chipped over the top now. Porto a chance down that right-hand side. Put a little run on because you can still get at them round the back. And he tries to slip a ball in for Lozano to get on the end of, but it's just a little too much weight on that, and it's comfortable for Ter Stegen to come and collect.
Good play by Porto. Really, really good play. Just when you think again, he's got nowhere to go. He feeds a delightful ball around the back of Gerard Piqué. Lozano made a good run. It was just a little bit too close to Ter Stegen, who gathered it comfortably in the end. But good inventive play by Porto on the right-hand side for Girona.
Yeah, he's certainly been their best outlet so far. Lozano not really having much of an opportunity so far to show his wares in this game. 13 minutes to go to half-time. Barca leading by 2-1. Long ball punted forward on that far side. Header back by Alba into the arms of Ter Stegen. The chase was on, and Pablo Maffeo was trying to get in on the action.
Do you think there's anybody in the league who's got more energy than Jordi Alba?
I don't think it's possible, actually.
It's incredible, isn't it?
The distance he travels is extraordinary. Down this left-hand side, here come Girona again, and it's with Lozano. Suarez was down for a moment, but he's up and about again. Go back inside their own half. Espinosa, they play nice football. I mean, they're very well organised usually, Girona. Being exploited at the back, certainly tonight, by Barcelona, but then the very best of organised sides tend to be exploited by the kind of performance we're seeing so far from Messi and Suarez, and in particular Ivan Rakitic, who's pulling all the strings in the heart of that midfield.
Yeah, one aspect of play that Barcelona have retained since the Pep Guardiola days is the ability to press the ball, especially when they give it away. That's where they're so dangerous, Barcelona. They take risks in possession, but as soon as they give that ball away, they're on the front foot, and they don't often get caught too much with the transition because they're so adept at winning the ball back early. How many times do you see them give the ball away, then win it back instantly, and that second transition is what gets them joy in behind defences. They're so good at that.
I tend to be fairly critical of the way Liverpool work right now, with a terrific front line and a defence that can be exploited time and time again. As Bono has to come out here and clear as Suarez was chasing down then. It's a long ball punted forward as Arno tried to win the header. Alba picks it up though in the middle of the park, and here comes Rakitic again. But in many ways Barca aren't too different defensively. They look like you can exploit them, as we saw Girona do in the opening exchanges. Here is Coutinho running towards the edge of the penalty area, gets it across to Suarez, back to Coutinho again, and then it's picked up in the middle of the park, this time by Lozano, who was back doing defending. He's given it away. Here's Coutinho, 35 yards from goal, to the right hand side. He finds Semedo, ball into the feet of Dembele. Dembele just shoved out the way a little bit there by Wankvin. Here is Rakitic, who has been possibly, you'd say, the star of the show so far for Barcelona, and there's a foul been given there on Suarez right at the edge of the D. I thought the referee was going to let that one go, but Suarez has gone down. The ball had made its way through to Bono away to our right hand side, but Suarez was caught by Espinosa, and it's a dangerous free kick left of the D, right at the edge of it here for Barca.
It was a poor pass by Phil Coutinho, and Espinosa was, I don't know quite sure what he was trying to do. He was trying to put his foot through it, missed it completely, ploughed straight into the back of Luis Suarez, and the referee took his time, but I think he's made the correct decision. But now we've got an opportunity pretty central now.
I was going to say, this is more Messi's left foot territory, isn't it?
This is Phil Coutinho territory, surely, but maybe he's too junior at the moment to step up and take precedence over Messi and Suarez.
No, I'm not sure he'd be allowed just yet. Messi's doing his laces and has most definitely put the ball down. So one would assume that he's having dibs on this. I think Busquets came forward to have a conversation as well. Certainly there's no Coutinho anywhere around. He's just stood inside the D. Suarez is there too, and he's looks to have a purpose about him, Luis Suarez, this time. Here's the free kick then for Barcelona, and it will be Messi along the ground and in, under the wall. Absolutely stunning. The man is a master. Lionel Messi, his second of the game, underneath the jumping wall, into the bottom right-hand corner. The accuracy is unerring. The style is truly extraordinary. It's Barcelona 3, Girona 1.
The execution of that free kick is second to none, and that's not by chance. There's no coincidence that he's gone underneath the wall. He's done his research, Leo Messi. He knows that wall's going to be jumping. The goalkeeper's looking to the heavens to just say, what more can I do? But it's just perfect, isn't it? The execution, the accuracy, and having the intelligence to identify that the ball's jumping and not to hit the ball too hard, just to caress it into the corner like that. I'm sorry to say, but I think he's a different league, this guy, even over and above Cristiano Ronaldo. Just the way he plays football is a joy to watch, and when he does things like that, you know, he's just sets him apart from the rest.
I don't think many would argue with you on the Ronaldo front, particularly based on his current form or his form over the last kind of year or so. There's no doubt that year in, year out, this man delivers, without a doubt. And on that occasion, we've seen Coutinho do it for Liverpool, we've seen De Bruyne do it for Manchester City. That clever free kick, just allowing the wall to do what it does. And you're right, you don't just do that by chance, because the timing has to be perfect, which is where I guess his skill and ability comes in. But the know-how that Girona jump every time they put a wall in place in and around that area.
It's fantastic to watch. I mean, it's, to the untrained eye, as I said, it just looks like a free kick that he's hit low and he's chanced it and he's got in the back of the net. But I think, you know, having watched Leo Messi for a long, long time, we know that was pure skill, executed to absolute perfection.
Lovely header down and a save by Ter Stegen. Lozano with a header from around the penalty spot, sprawling to his right hand side. The save had to be made that time by Ter Stegen as the ball comes into the penalty area again. It's half cleared as far as Semedo, and immediately Barca will look to try and turn defence into attack, but it's been snuffed out in the middle of the park this time by a useful boot in from Espinosa. But Lozano getting that header on target, it was a decent effort as well.
It was a really good header and good play by Girona to get into that position in the first place. They've showed in this first half, this first 38 and a half minutes, they are capable of causing Barcelona problems. They've done so more than one occasion, and Lozano, good header, good solid save by Ter Stegen as well.
Here with possession again, Girona midway inside the Barcelona half. Barca leading here by 3-1 on TalkSport 2. Plenty of live sport for you tomorrow. We've got from midday the championship match between Cardiff City and Bristol City. I was lucky enough to be at the first encounter between those two. What an atmosphere, and what a win that day for Bristol City. That's at midday for you tomorrow, and then at 3:30 we've got rugby union action as Saracens take on the Leicester Tigers, and that's followed by European Matchday Live, which, as I mentioned earlier, includes commentary of Sevilla versus Atletico Madrid. Away from the edge of the penalty area here from Girona, Porto gets a decent knockdown into the path of Borja Garcia on this near side. He's running towards the edge of the penalty area on this left-hand angle. Bends the ball over towards Maffeo, who's waiting to try and hit it. Alba with a crucial intervention with a flicked header, and it goes behind and out of play for a Girona corner on that right-hand side.
Yeah, really good defending by Jordi Alba, doing his defensive duties well. Good positioning. Just got underneath it as we're seeing the replay of Lozano header. He does really well, gets in between PK and MTT. It's a solid header, downward header, does everything right. Ter Stegen's positioning was second to none. It's a comfortable save in the end.
As we saw with Chelsea in midweek, you can get at this Barcelona backline. There's no two ways about it. And it's probably what stops them short of being, you know, the outstanding team in Europe right now. They are susceptible at the back, that's for sure. Far and away the best here in Spain. As that swung over towards the back post, it's a header goal that Ter Stegen has to come out for. It was Borja Garcia with the first touch. Now the left-footed shot is drilled in and not far wide. Ter Stegen was nowhere near getting anywhere close to that as Granell hit it. And it's just to the right of Ter Stegen's right-hand post. For tight angle, Granell was bending all the time, but just not quite enough.
Oh, he was worried for a moment, wasn't he, Ter Stegen? Just didn't have enough whip and bend to come back in and nest in the top corner. Good play by Granell, though. Really good first touch when the ball came out to him from Ter Stegen's punch. Strong attempt on goal, couldn't quite hit the target though.
3-1 Barcelona lead, 4 minutes to go to half time. Here is Ter Stegen. Short to Busquets. I always have my heart in my mouth when they're playing it around at the edge of their penalty area like that, but seems second nature to the Barca boys. Ter Stegen away to our left hand side. We'll get a diagonal ball out to the right where Semedo's there. I'm sure that caught his head. I think it missed his head and was on the top of his shoulder. Even had the kind of wiggle about him as he did it. It's a decent ball through the middle here. Effort deflected there and Ter Stegen will save, but it was a left-footed shot in the end from Granell from some distance.
Wasteful from Granell on that occasion. He had support left and right and he went for glory for about 35 yards. Took a deflection, didn't trouble Ter Stegen in the Barcelona goal.
Born in Girona, a couple who were in the starting 11 today, who are properly homegrown. It is Dembele, he's dispensed with the gloves. It's better to see. Here is Messi towards the edge of the penalty area. Cut out on this near side by a day, and then out wide once more from Borja. They have possession deep inside their own half though, Girona. It's a decent switch of play from the left to the right. Gives Pablo Maffeo some room to run into here. Going forward down that right hand side is Porto, but just dropped the ball back inside, and it's a ball for Maffeo to get after, and Jordi Alba has to deal with it. Maffeo looked like he was always going to be second best in that race, and although he didn't get there, it just forced the hand of Jordi Alba, and they have a throw on that far side. Last 2 minutes of this first half. Barca leading by 3-1 despite falling behind inside just 3 minutes here. Stats on our monitor telling us that Maffeo is just a little bit quicker than Jordi Alba, and they're being treated as well on our monitors to that wonderful first goal from Lionel Messi, let alone the free kick as Porto tried to come inside the area again, and once more Alba's across, gets the nod down into the arms of Ter Stegen. Here's Semedo on this near side. Better of possession is Barcelona's by 60 to 40. The goal tally theirs as well by 3 to 1. Oh, here's Messi charging through the middle. Chance for a hat-trick in the first half alone maybe. Instead he slips it in and gets it back from Coutinho. Suarez does, and turns it home for 4-1. Messi did the hard work. Coutinho joined in the fun and very unselfishly allows Suarez to complete a first half double as well, as he slips it beyond the keeper. Second in the game for Luis Suarez. 19 now for this La Liga campaign, and with a minute to go to half time, this is turning into a Barcelona romp. It's Barca 4, Girona 1.
How on earth did you defend against that? Leo Messi just ghosts past defenders like they're not even there. His first touch is incredible, and he's off, running straight at the heart of the Girona back four, weighted past his perfection. And Phil Coutinho, that's so unselfish. He gets an opportunity to have a strike on goal, and instead he just rolls the ball nonchalantly square of him, and Luis Suarez can't believe his luck. 6 yards from goal, empty net, his second of the night. 4-1 to Barcelona, and this could be an absolute cricket score if it continues in the way it's going. Fantastic attacking play by Barcelona.
Well, I think Coutinho's getting some credit in the bank when he wants a free kick. That can be the only explanation for that. I mean, it's quite extraordinary. Terrific from Messi. Superb from Coutinho. And Suarez gets his second of the game. He and Messi, a couple each. And Girona, who started so well and would have had so much hope after that opening goal 2 minutes in. If anything, you'd argue they perhaps just riled Barcelona a little too early. The opening goal of the game coming from Porto after the mix-up between Ter Stegen and Umtiti. But since then it's been the Messi, Suarez, Rakitic, bit of Coutinho show. 2 goals for Suarez, 2 goals for Messi. Suarez doing the bookending today. He got the first and the fourth. Messi the 2 in the middle. One a solo job, and the other a terrific free kick going under the Girona wall. Normal service has been resumed in the Camp Nou, that's for sure. Half-time in this Catalan derby. It's Barcelona 4, Girona 1. This is La Liga Live on TalkSport 2. I mean, it was a terrific first-half performance. Let's make no bones about it, though. Anyone who saw Barcelona against Chelsea in midweek will know that sometimes when they come up against sides who are a little more challenging, probably a little better defensively than what we've seen so far today from Girona, that they can struggle. Against Atleti, they were lucky to get a point earlier on in the season when those two sides met. The first half against Real was fairly nip and tuck before that. Real made some really kind of silly tactical errors in the second half, and it became quite tight. And their first meeting with Valencia as well was a fairly tight affair. So, when Barca come up against teams who are of a slightly higher quality and make life a little bit more challenging, as we saw against Chelsea and those I've mentioned, then sometimes it's a different kettle of fish.
I completely agree with you, absolutely. Second half's underway, but just to draw a line under that, Barcelona have the ability on their day to dispatch any team throughout Europe with casual aplomb, but they have to be dialed in and they have to be focused defensively if they're going to be the very best they can be.
We are off and running, and Girona are kicking from left to right in the second 45 minutes. I will run you through the two teams the moment the ball goes out of play, which quite fortuitously it has just now. Ter Stegen's in goal, Alba, who put the ball out there, and TTPK and Semedo across the back for Barca. It's Busquets in that holding midfield role with Coutinho and Rakitic alongside him, and then Messi, Suarez and Dembele leading the line for Barcelona today. That change at half-time, Ade has gone off to be replaced by Planas for Girona. Early charge forward here in the second half towards the edge of the penalty area, that time by Maffeo. We'll see just how that substitution has affected the way Girona are lining up. Bonner is in goal. It still looks like it's a kind of back five. Espinosa, Romalo, Juanpi, Maffeo and Planas as well, with Gonel and Pons in the middle of the park alongside Borja. Barca on the attack here towards the edge of the penalty area. Lozano is leading the line, by the way. Porto as well, supporting up top. We'll see what changes they do make, though, Girona, as they try and get themselves back in this game.
Yeah, I can't see much of a change of shape. As you rightly say, still operating with a back three, 2 wing backs. Planas may have just dropped over to the left-hand side as he's come on.
I think he has. That looks like the change they've made. So it's like for like, really, in terms of positional sense. Here's Dembele finding Rakitic at the edge of the centre circle for Barcelona. In towards the feet of Coutinho. Now back to Dembele again, 35 yards from goal. Oh, lovely ball around the outside. Semedo inside the box, but he pulled it back to an imaginary Barca player that just wasn't there around the edge of around the penalty spot, should I say. Suarez was a little bit further back than that, and looked quite frustrated that Semedo hadn't found him.
Yeah, he was on his heels a little bit there, Luis Suarez. He was watching the play build up, and just as Semedo showed great pace to get to that ball, Suarez looked as though he might make a run. Hang on, Messi's in again here.
Here he is, but out comes Bono and clears from the edge of his penalty area. And clears very well on this occasion, just as Messi looked like he was about to sweep in towards the edge of that penalty area once more, looking for his hat-trick, Lionel Messi. Here come Barca again. Rakitic has possession. Out wide to the right-hand side is Semedo once more. Barcelona looking to come forward time and time again. Here's Dembele towards a little flick up in the air from Coutinho, and Suarez doesn't move for it because he knows he would have been in an offside position at the time. They get it back again though on that far side though with Semedo. Then with Messi, who tries to find Coutinho at the edge of the penalty area. Here is Coutinho, edge of the box on his right foot, comes back to Messi, 25 yards from goal, looking to try and find Alba, who had made the run. Maffeo read it, and then he and Porto combined nicely on this near side of the field and look to bring it clear for Girona. And the chase is on now for Porto. If he can keep the ball in, which he does, he slips it through to the edge of the penalty area, and Ter Stegen will come out and collect.
They're probing Barcelona, aren't they? They're just toying with Girona. When they get to that attacking third, Barca, they all come alive. Coutinho, Messi, Suarez, they're always looking for intricate little passes, pass and move, give and go on the front foot. I wonder Girona have shipped 4 already, because Barcelona's form are nigh impossible to contain.
Certainly Coutinho is getting more and more into the game at the start of this second half. Not a bad first half. Still looks like he's kind of trying to find his feet in Barcelona. As we say, the first time he's played in this role with Suarez and Dembele as well, of course, so definitely playing as one of those midfield three today.
The second Suarez goal, that was reminiscent of the Neymar, Suarez, Messi era, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When they all combined, selflessly looking for each other, and Coutinho's definitely in that mould. I think he's certainly got more to offer. Phil Coutinho, fantastic player, did incredibly well at Liverpool, but now he's got an opportunity to go up to the next level playing alongside these players.
It's funny though, isn't it? Because Messi had gone 5 games without scoring before he went to Chelsea, and everyone was saying, we're in one of those moments where Messi's not quite on it. Scores against Chelsea, a team that obviously had not scored against in all those previous performances. It's a little bit of a problem here for the right knee. It looks as if I think it's Piqué that's down. Valverde looking on a little concerned. Bit of discomfort on this near side for Piqué, and that was after the challenge he put on Pere Ponce.
Heavily strapped as well, his right knee, isn't it? Maybe
I think that's why people thought he might not play tonight, because he's been carrying a little knock.
Trying to work out if that was an impact injury or whether he's obviously hyperextended his knee in that challenge. He looks in an incredible amount of pain, Piqué. Well, I'm not sure he's going to be fit to continue there.
They do have the option, of course, of Vermaelen on the bench. However, we shall see whether that's necessary or not. Seeing celebrations of Suarez and Coutinho. It's interesting when Suarez scored, he pointed straight to Coutinho, didn't he, as if to say how much he appreciated that. I think Piqué isn't going to continue.
He's in a lot of trouble there.
Certainly looks it, doesn't he? Real pain etched on his face.
The follow through, it was a strong challenge by Piqué, but on the follow through, I think his knee maybe just hyperextended underneath him.
Well, I think the change will be made shortly. Or is he going to try and come back on? He was asked the referee for permission to come on. Remember, Marlon is definitely warming up down below. But Piqué back on, looks uncomfortable. I'm just not sure why you'd take the chance, really. There is no need.
A minute ago it looked like he was going to get stretched off, but maybe it was an impact injury after all, as well as we initially thought.
Worth pointing out as well to you Barcelona buffs and historians out there, that was Luis Suarez's 143rd goal for Barcelona. As on the attack here is Girona, into the side netting here from Lozano, set up again by Porto. He is the danger man. Everything good that Girona have to offer tends to come from him, and there Lozano just couldn't hit the target.
Yeah, he's getting some great positions, Porto, and it was a good run by Lozano. He's got to go across goal there. He's tried to kid Ter Stegen at his near post, and he hasn't got enough purchase on that shot. It's at the side netting. His better option would have been to go across goal there for sure. And seeing, I think Piqué is making his way off, or is he just joining in to play?
I think he's joining in, but I think he's going to have to come off. Vermaelen should be getting stripped down below. No, as I was saying, 143 goals for Suarez. It equals, or moves him into equal 6th spot on the all-time list of goal scorers for Barcelona, alongside Paulino Alcantara, of course, who also has 143. So another one from him tonight, and he gets solo 6th spot in the chart for Barcelona. Into the penalty area again here for Girona, putting some pressure on down that left-hand side. Short the ball in from Granel, picked up towards the edge of the box that time by Borja Garcia. Now the count is on, and Coutinho's away down the right-hand side here for Barcelona. Sure, he'll be looking to open his account for the Catalan Giants at some point in this game. Oh, here's Dembele. Dembele at the edge of the penalty area. Suarez hits the outside of the post, and it spins behind and out of play for a goal kick. Left-hand edge of the box with his right foot, just tried to curl it, not quite enough. Ordered on the ground and off the base of the post.
What a counter-attack, and Phil Coutinho does incredibly well there. He wins the ball initially, and he's off and running. Great interplay. There's a good unselfish pass by Dembele also to Suarez, the left-hand edge of the penalty box. He just tries to bend one to that far corner. He's inches away from getting his hat-trick in the 53rd minute. Clips the outside of the post and goes behind for a goal kick. But you can see how dynamic Barcelona are. Every time they go on the front foot on the counter-attack, they're opening up Girona at will.
54 minutes played here on TalkSport 2, La Liga Live. Barcelona 4, Girona 1 right now. Down this left-hand side, Alba has it, 15 yards or so short of halfway. Back towards him, Titi. Now it's picked up by Rakitic, forward to Messi. Messi with the outside of the boot, then just pops the ball onto Suarez, and then Dembele down the outside on the right, edge of the penalty area. Dembele at the edge of the box, all take on by Semedo. I thought the pass from Dembele was a little short. Semedo somehow got a boot to it, but was stopped at the edge of the penalty area. And Girona now with a chance to get away if Porto can take possession of this, which he does. Has he got the pace to get the better of Alba down this right-hand side for Girona? Porto inside the penalty area, tight angle, got the ball at feet. I think he was looking for a penalty. If anything, there was some contact. He tried to push it through the legs of Umtiti. Comes to the edge of the box where Granel is there, the skipper. Nodded in. Nodded away by Piqué, shall I say, after it was lifted in by Granel. And then Dembele will then get the ball away to Coutinho, and there's 3-on-3 potentially here. Here is Suarez. Suarez looks up and swings it over towards Messi, but it's headed away by Espinosa well. Back in towards the edge of the penalty area. It's picked up here by Romalo on this near side for Girona. Inside their own penalty area, Espinosa has it once more. Coming short is Granel, who has possession of the ball. And again, we've seen another example that Maffeo's got the speed on Alba. I think a few of them have got the pace on Alba, who I thought was one of the quickest around.
He is quick, Jordi Alba, but he's also got incredible positional sense that allows him to gain half a yard on his opponent.
Suarez was offside as Messi tried to play that. Now Messi gets it back and is charging forward towards the edge of the penalty area. Messi forces the save. It's beaten away by Bonu. And it's a chance now to get it clear for Girona. Oh, and they've done well, and maybe they can launch a counter here down the left-hand side. It's cut infield by Borja. Short of halfway. Into the middle. Granel has it. Turns. Inside he goes as it's lifted out to this near touchline. Porto is there. Now Maffeo. Girona have possession. It's 4-1 to Barca, but eerily quiet inside the Camp Nou.
But half the people have gone home, taking an opportunity to get some rest for midweek. And it's just like school playground football for Leo Messi at times, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, he's just got the ball glued to his foot, and he's just the defenders trailing in his wake, and it's effortless for him. It's so easy and an absolute joy to behold when he's running it at full speed, committing defenders, his balance and his poise. I'd hate to play against Messi.
Mourinho is preparing to come on here for Barcelona. Here is Messi over the top. Dembele, right hand side, chance to shoot from a tight angle on his left foot. Dembele across the face of goal and inches wide of the right hand post of Yacine Bonu in the Girona goal. Almost the chance for Dembele to get his goal. Hasn't scored since March, of course, due to all his injuries. March last year. So we're heading on to 12 months, and he wasn't far away from making it 5-1.
He did everything right initially. Great cutback on his right foot and opens up the goal on his left, but he's got Phil Coutinho lurking at the back post in acres of space. If he just had a little glance up, you'd have to think if Coutinho was in Dembele's position there, he would have been looking for his teammate potentially, but Dembele went for glory, didn't quite give himself enough of an angle to get that ball inside the far post. But good play from the young man, good bit of skill to open up the opportunity for himself.
I was going to say there's some price tags weighing on minds there with Dembele, but his price tag's about 35 million less than that of Coutinho, who doesn't seem to be carrying it around quite as much as Dembele is. But I think you can't underestimate the effect that long injury, that ruptured thigh muscle has had on Dembele's confidence.
Absolutely, but you know, I would say, you know, having seen little of Dembele prior to his arrival at Barcelona, that transfer is far more of a gamble than paying the money they have done for Coutinho. You know, Coutinho's played in arguably one of the toughest divisions, if not the best division in the world, for a number of seasons, and proven himself at that level. Whereas Dembele, you know, at Dortmund, yes, he was still an emerging talent at Dortmund. And I don't know whether it was a bit of a panic buy by Barca. I'm not too sure.
Rakitic has just run 50 yards there from deep inside his own half to inside Girona territory, completely unchallenged. And he's got the ball at feet now. They've clearly not learnt from that first half performance where Rakitic was really pulling the strings for Barcelona. He has it now 35 yards out from goal. Suarez. Here's Coutinho, hits one with power, but it's low and it's straight at Yacine Bonu, who makes the save quite comfortably. 59 minutes played here on TalkSport 2. It's La Liga Live. Barca 4-1 up against Girona. I think tomorrow's affair is going to be quite as as resounding as this. Sevilla against Atletico Madrid. That's from 7:45. That game kicks off. We're on air, of course, from 5:30 with European Matchday Live. Nat Coombs and Lars Sivertsen keeping you up to date with all the day's football action from around Europe. Plus, of course, we'll have that live commentary of Sevilla against Atletico Madrid from 7:45. We've had almost an hour. It's all very comfortable for Barca. Girona not making too much of an impact. You kind of feel it's can Suarez and Messi complete their hat-tricks, and then as far as Barca are concerned, it'll be job done.
Yeah.
If they can get a goal for Coutinho and Dembele as well, it'll probably turn out to be the most perfect of nights.
Absolutely. I think you'll see the exit of one, maybe two of the superstars in the tick towards the hour mark. I don't think they've been necessarily needing to play much longer than this. I think the game is, as a contest, is over. It's just whether Valverde wants to stamp a resounding victory, what a set of what he's got, and rest some of his players with a view to upcoming fixtures.
Here is Dembele, infield to Suarez. Suarez on the outside again to Dembele. It was a little short. Dembele's caught after the ball had gone, but the referee says play on, hence the boos around the Camp Nou. Decent tackle that time coming in from Umtiti, and he's been penalised for it. It was on Porto, looked alright to me, just inside the Girona half, but the referee gives the free kick, and the visitors will have a chance to kick on. We've been playing for an hour. He's certainly got the ball.
Strong challenge, good challenge by Umtiti. In contrast, actually, you know, I seen the replay from Dembele there. It was a good tackle by the defender initially.
Lozano going in there to try and get on the end of that ball for Girona, but Ter Stegen is alert to the danger and comes to the edge of his 6-yard box, and he collects the ball well. On that far side, it's Dembele. Nothing but a skill just to get the better that time of the substitute plan. That's all. He's now striding away from him over halfway. Here comes Dembele. Oh, nice little touch. Caught there, though, in the process. Going to be the first yellow card of the game as well. And it's going to be shown to Wanpi for that challenge on Dembele. And I think we've just seen a little glimpse of what Dembele's got to offer.
Yes, but I have to be brutally honest. I'm not a huge fan of that. They're 4-1 up, Barca. And Dembele has been a relative bystander for most of this game, and all of a sudden he's got a bit of swagger about him, taking on someone in his own half, 3 or 4 unnecessary step overs. He got a bit lucky there in that challenge. You know, he needs to be doing this in the right areas in the final third. I just feel like it's a little bit of Mickey taking from Dembele, and no wonder he got clattered at the end of it. But yes, it is a glimpse of what he has to offer technically.
Here's Rakitic charging forward. Here is Dembele. Offside flag is up. Shoots over the bar anyway. A couple of changes coming. Alex Garcia is about to come on here for Girona, and I think we're going to see Thomas Vermaelen coming on to replace PK. And Messi's definitely offside. I think Dembele is questionable, but maybe a couple of inches, you would say. Let's see who's being replaced. So Alex Garcia, another one of the Manchester City loanees. He's only made 6 starts, the former Villarreal man so far this season. However, he has made 12 appearances, so this will be number 13, and he's replacing Borja Garcia, who will depart, the 27-year-old Spaniard. He makes his way off on this near side to allow the introduction of Alex Garcia. And then the changes we mentioned for Barcelona, well, it's definitely Thomas Vermaelen that is going to enter the fray, and he is coming on to replace Gerard Piqué, which feels quite a sensible decision by Ernesto Valverde right now.
If there's any doubt over Piqué's fitness, there's no point in taking any risks. Not with it 4-1 at home, comfortable, with a barrage of fixtures lining up in the distance. They'll want to keep him as fit and fresh as possible. Not a bad replacement in Thomas Vermaelen, is it?
No, he's certainly, now he's finally kind of settled in. It's his 9th appearance, and 7 of those have actually been starts this season. So when he's come in, he's been a fair regular, and he's not done too bad a job. But you do feel that a side like Barcelona should perhaps had something a little better.
Well, I think Thomas Vermaelen is perfectly suited for La Liga. Having watched him at Arsenal for a number of seasons, you know, I thought that him moving to Barca would be almost the missing ingredient for them, in the sense that he's a good defender, he's an organiser, he's a communicator, and he's everything that Barcelona were lacking. But obviously injury has blighted his career there, and he hasn't managed to get himself back to full fitness quick enough to have a real impact on the side. But we're seeing now that he's obviously valued by Valverde. He's getting a bit more of a run in the team.
Well, I'm just not sure when you're talking about Barca being that number one, all-crushing, all-conquering side in Europe. If you're looking at having that decent defence, I'm not sure Vermaelen fits in that.
But to be honest with you, Barca would never go out and buy the best defender in world football, would they? That's not their mantra. That's the thing. You look at it and go, Barca have always been synonymous with attacking-minded, free-flowing, creative players, and defenders have just been ones that slot in and do a job.
I tell you what, as far as I reckon though, just give me Barca Man City in the Champions League quarter-finals, and then we'll see, because actually that was the philosophy of Pep, who's gone out and bought 4 defenders and spent 50 million quid on each of them, which again is something that Barcelona just wouldn't do.
It's inflation though. I mean, blimey, 50, 60, 70 million pounds. Kyle Walker 50 million, John Stones 50 million. Come on now.
But again, it's not something that Barca would do, is it? No. You've just said it. You've summed it up.
Yeah.
Semedo was, £11 million?
Exactly.
Here is Messi out wide to the right-hand side. Dembele now will look to try and get the cross in, will he? Or is he going to go alone inside the penalty area? He's working it onto his left foot here, then onto his right. Now he does get the crossover. Deflected, comes out to Suarez. Angle of the 6-yard box on this left-hand side. He goes short to Coutinho. Coutinho then just turns onto his right foot. Coutinho bends one! What a way to open up your Barcelona account from Philippe Coutinho. That is what £140 million gets you. It's classic Coutinho. He turns on the right foot and he rifles it into the top corner beyond the despairing dive of Yassine Bonu. Philippe Coutinho has arrived in the Camp Nou. It's Barcelona 5, Girona 1.
What a strike. I was just about to say that Dembele must be frustrating the life out of his teammates, the way he's dwelling on the ball and he's not picking the right decision. And in contrast, Phil Coutinho shifts the ball half a yard and just bends a vicious shot. So accurate beyond the despairing dive of Bono. He can't get anywhere near it, and it's in off the far post, fully 24 yards from goal. He's seen him do that for Liverpool time and time again. What a finish from Coutinho. And as you rightly say, Adam, he's fully arrived at the Camp Nou now. People weren't aware of his talent before, they certainly are after that. Great finish.
And the thing as well is, if they're looking to put him in as the replacement for Iniesta, they've just added this other dimension, because that's not, Iniesta doesn't do that. And yet all of a sudden they're saying, well, actually we've got a player here that can look after the ball, that can link play, that can move it in a similar vein to how Iniesta has done, but actually what he can also do is do the spectacular like that.
I see him more as the third prong of the attack. I genuinely think, Dembele for me, I can't see how he's going to be a permanent fixture in that front line. For me, Coutinho playing on the left-hand side of a 3 would be far more effective.
I don't think you're going to get a Christmas card from Dembele, because you're a bit down on him.
I'm being probably overly critical, because only because I understand that it's a tough ask. It's a huge transfer fee for a young man, but looking at his demeanour and the way he's fitted into this side at the moment, he's just not on the same wavelength for the other players at the moment, and I don't know how much patience he'll be afforded.
Down the right-hand side, Maffeo coming forward for Girona here. There's a shove in the back. That's a penalty. There's a shove in the back there from Umtiti on Lozano. That's across the face of goal. Ter Stegen makes the save, and it comes out to Umtiti. There's a definite shove on Lozano as that ball's coming across.
The referee was perfectly positioned there. Abelard Javier was right there. He could see the incident. We could see it from our vantage point.
Here's Messi, edge of the penalty area. Messi still going. Goes down in the D. Another free kick right in the middle. In the D. Surely he's going to let Suarez have this one, having already scored one.
I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. Both of them on a hat-trick.
I mean, what a terrible challenge that is from Espinosa.
It's just lazy, isn't it? But I mean, that's Semedo, isn't it? Semedo just shoved this man in the back. Was it Lozano made the run in between himself and Umtiti, right in front of the referee? So, it has to be a strong referee to give a penalty against the home team, but it looked glaringly obvious to me. We're seeing Paulinho now coming on for Busquets.
Paulinho is ready to go, and he will enter the fray. Thought we might see Paulinho. I think on that basis we're not going to see Iniesta tonight, would probably be my conclusion. We could see Vidal or Roberto too, maybe, but we shall see. We've still got 21 minutes remaining here on TalkSport 2. Barcelona 5, Girona 1. Messi is over this. It is on the arc of the D, and it's right in the middle.
Will the wall jump this time? That's the question.
Could be Messi, could be Suarez for this free kick. Both of them on a hat-trick. Who gets the nod this time? It's Messi who steps up, but it's saved by Bonu, tipped over the top. This time he doesn't worry about whether the wall's going to jump. He goes right for the top corner, and the young Moroccan keeper is more than up to the task this time round.
It was a good save. Messi again going for a double bluff almost, trying to whip it towards what is the near post as the wall was positioned. The goalkeeper stayed on his side, he backed his wall. This time got his decision making right. It was a good save.
Final change for Girona. Their goal scorer from the opening 3 minutes of this exchange, Portu, is coming off. Been quite impressed by him tonight, and he will be replaced by Douglas Luiz, another Manchester City loanee, who will enter the fray for Girona. Here's the corner. Dembele delivers. Rakitic with a flick at the near post. It's one from the training ground for sure. Straight into the arms of the keeper though. Away by Ter Stegen. Vermaelen with the first header. Second header won by Semedo. Paulinho gets it back off Rakitic. Paulinho out wide to that far side where he finds Dembele. Dembele looking to try and come through. It's snuffed out partially, but Dembele tries to win it back a second time on that far side. Almost turning himself into a little bit of trouble there was Alex Garcia, and Dembele gets it back here for Barca, but Paulinho not on the same wavelength that time, as it's chipped away only as far as Umtiti. Rakitic goes in to try and win it, but Douglas Luiz gets there first.
Look, my point about Dembele is if you watch his body language and his demeanour, he just looks a little bit off it, and I think that again is down to confidence and it's down to lack of game time. And he would have been red in the crest of a wave when he got his transfer to Barcelona. Obviously the injury has really hampered his development. I just feel that he's got to offer a little bit more. He wants to cement his place in this side. There's an opportunity for him, isn't there? You know, with the departure of Neymar, it's a huge opportunity for him to really make a name for himself, and I just think he's still trying a little bit too hard.
I think when we were talking about whether Barca would spend money on a back line, I've done Semedo a disservice. Now I've looked at my notes, because he did cost 35 million and Umtiti cost 25 million, so they have invested. We've just seen one of the worst passes of the night from Umtiti, and it was only sideways to Vidal, and he missed his target by about 20 yards and put Girona inside the Barcelona half with a throw-in, which, I mean, they made nothing of, but just as an example of how maybe they may spend money on these defenders, but maybe they're not the best they can find.
No, we're in the realms of monopoly money though, aren't we now? Any time a player is linked with a big club, the price tag is inflated. And
Messi slips that ball through, but well offside. This time is Semedo coming down that right hand side. Nice pass from Messi, but a run from Semedo not quite right. And it will be a free kick to Girona, 10 yards outside their own penalty area. Busy week of live sport coming up then here on TalkSport 2. As we mentioned, we've got plenty of stuff for you tomorrow from midday. The championship match between Cardiff City and Bristol City. That's followed by rugby union as Saracens take on the Leicester Tigers. And then we have European Match Day Live with commentary of Sevilla versus Atletico Madrid. A busy schedule of live sport as well throughout the week. Checker Trade Trophy. It's easy for some to say. Semi-final action on Tuesday night. Shrewsbury take on Yeovil for a place in the Wembley final. Then there's a La Liga double bill on Wednesday evening from 6:30 as Athletic Bilbao take on Valencia, followed by Atletico Madrid versus Leganés. We've got Premier League darts for you from Exeter on Thursday night, and then Middlesbrough take on Leeds in the Championship on Friday, and it's all here on TalkSport 2. Here's the free kick for Barcelona then, with 17 minutes remaining in this game. They lead Girona by 5-1. Here is Coutinho, out wide to the right-hand side, where he finds Semedo. Back to Rakitic, who's 10 yards inside the Girona half. Coutinho again will just give it back to the flock of blonde hair that Rakitic contains on halfway, and he puts it out to Vermaelen on this near side. Comfortable on the ball, Vermaelen, then runs himself into trouble, has to rely on Alba to get him out of it, which he does, and he then finds Coutinho, who had made his way over to this near side. Looking busy, Coutinho. Here's Suarez on one of those rampaging runs. He's so powerful when he's got the ball at feet and has the bit between his teeth, Luis Suarez. He shrugs off the challenge of Douglas Luiz and Maffeo as well, and wins the throw for Barca on this near side. Taken short by Alba to Suarez. Oh, Alba's round the back here, inside the penalty area, lays it across towards Messi, but it comes out to Suarez, deflected over the bar and out for a corner on this near side.
Jordi Alba, 75th minute, he's still overlapping, still ever willing to get forward. This time he just picks the wrong pass, which is very unlike him. He tries to cut the ball back to Messi once again, and the rebound falls to Luis Suarez. The shot's blocked, and his eyes lit up there, thinking he's going to get another hat-trick.
Here is Messi. Gets that ball back to on this near side Alba again. Messi with the ball at feet. The angle of the penalty area. Gets it back to Alba. He's made his run over the top. Messi follows it, volleys it across. Suarez just tries to tee himself up at the edge of the 6-yard box, but an important foot in from Wampy denies him. The ball from Alba over the top, volleyed in that time by Messi, and Suarez was just inches away from making it 6.
Absolute perfection. This time it's Alba to Messi. It's usually the reverse. But again, great run by Messi, great spot by Jordi Alba, the perfect weight of pass, and the execution of that cross on the volley by Messi, inch perfect. And Suarez was widening up at the back post. It was good defending in the end by Wampy at the back post. Great interplay between Jordi Alba and Leo Messi once again.
Here is Coutinho, giving it short to Paulinho. On this near side, an opportunity for Alba, but he's just taking his time here to go back to Vermaelen. I think Sergio Roberto is just getting himself stripped and ready to go. Here is Rakitic slipping it through for Dembele, who this time is onside. Suarez is in the middle! Hat-trick Suarez! He started Barca's goal scoring tonight, and he's added number 6, his third of the game. It's a first hat-trick since August 2016, when he netted 3 against Real Betis. It's 20 league goals for the campaign for Luis Suarez, and it's 6 of the best for Barcelona. It's Barcelona 6, Girona 1, and Suarez with a hat-trick.
That's a fantastic goal once again. Ivan Rakitic, his vision and range of passing tonight has been second to none. He's just perfectly weighted pass into the inside channel to Dembele, who this time makes exactly the right decision. A great first-time cross into the middle of the 6-yard box for Luis Suarez, who's ever the poacher, was there tapping the ball in from 5 yards. It's been an absolutely tremendous performance from Barcelona tonight in an attacking sense, and that goal just rounds it off perfectly. Great interplay, great finish, great performance from Barcelona.
Suarez with his hat-trick, and Rakitic, well, he leaves to a standing ovation, and it's no surprise. You'd probably say one of the unsung heroes of this Barcelona side. I mean, look at that passing accuracy tonight. We talk about stats, but 92.5%. He's been on the money, and the quality of those passes. So not just the fact he finds a teammate, because I think Jordan Henderson's are pretty good, but Rakitic there, the distance and some of the quality, just outstanding.
Someone tried to tell me Granit Xhaka's pass completion rate 88%. That tells you everything you need to know.
Indeed. Is that 88% to the opposition? Sergio Roberto's on. He can almost play anywhere, and he'll just sit and anchor in that midfield, you feel now, which may give Paulinho a little bit of an opportunity to come a little further forward alongside Coutinho. 6-1 to Barcelona. Short trip, of course, from Girona. Oh, bit of skill from Dembele on the far side. Semedo, though, is in discomfort and didn't bother chasing after it.
No, he's still reeling from the challenge a couple of seconds ago. It was good play by Dembele, good skill, looking for the overlapping run, which didn't arrive. But go back to Rakitic. He doesn't do anything too out of the ordinary in the sense he's not showy, he's not flashy, he keeps the ball moving, but his weight of pass, his selection of pass, and his vision is second to none. I mean, there aren't many people in that Barca side that have got the ability to hit 40-50 yard diagonal passes like he does. And he did it a few times this evening. He set up some really good opportunities for his teammates.
Interesting as well, despite the fact they play on Thursday at Las Palmas and again on Sunday against Atletico Madrid, he's gone for the option of resting Rakitic Busquets, and obviously Piqué went off through injury. Not too worried about Messi, Suarez. In fact, Dembele's not really fit, probably could do with the time, or Coutinho as well.
Perhaps it's an opportunity for them to get a bit more understanding. You know, we know that Suarez and Messi can play together, but for Coutinho and Dembele, it's invaluable experience for them to be out there and learning how their teammates operate.
I get the impression Coutinho's going to fit in just fine, don't you?
I don't think he's going to struggle too much, to be honest with you. I mean, you've seen tonight that he's more than capable of holding his own in this illustrious company. It's more for Dembele as well. Invaluable game time for him, more fitness under his belt as we see a ball go under his foot. You know, he's hugely talented, no doubt about that. He just needs to learn to play with his teammates.
Oh, delightful from Suarez. He's alive there to nip in and get there. Well, he's looking up to say, where's my mate Messi? And he's coming in to almost get on the end of it. There's Sergio Roberto. Paulinho trying to dance his way through the middle. Here's Roberto, edge of the penalty area. Coutinho again on this left-hand side. Ball on his right foot. Gets it short to Dembele. Then he comes back towards Coutinho. And in the end, it's some desperate defending to get it clear from Vermaelen inside the penalty area. Here is once more Vermaelen into a central area where he finds Umtiti. Centre circle is Sergio Roberto. Out wide on that right hand side is Semedo, who will come forward now, and Suarez was just pointing that he wanted the ball into his feet, didn't really come, and here's Umtiti again, and now Vermaelen. Alba on this near side is closed down with a certain amount of energy that time by the advancing work on this near touchline of Maffeo, who's been only quiet going forward in this game, Pablo Maffeo. Another one of the Man City loanees, as we mentioned. And there is Vermaelen and Ter Stegen just holding possession inside the penalty area away to our right hand side. It's launched forward, it's over the top of Suarez, it's chested down by Douglas Luiz, and of course who was bought from Vasco for £12 million by Man City before being loaned out here to Girona, and he goes down, and in fact he's been penalised, and it's given as a handball, and it's a free kick for Barcelona. Well, when it's not your night, it's not your night.
No, I think he was simulating going over and then handballed it and was pulled back.
Here's Suarez going down this left hand side, ball at feet for Luis Suarez, under a lot of pressure from Pere Pons, who just puts the pressure on once more, and he manages to get it out to Paulinho, and then it's on to Alba inside the penalty area, and a crucial challenge from Espinosa puts it behind for a corner on this left-hand side.
It's telepathic understanding between Messi and Jordi Alba. It's incredible. They just have its innate ability to understand where each other are going to be at any given time, and Jordi Alba's got no right to be there in the 82nd minute as a left-back, bombing on beyond Leo Messi in the 18-yard box, and he almost got through to get a shot away, but it was last-ditch defending.
Philippe Coutinho swings that one over, it's flicked on, and goalwards off the crossbar! And the header on that far side from Vermaelen, off the bar and down, and almost number 7 for Barcelona.
Yeah, it was an opportunist strike from Thomas Vermaelen. Wasn't the best corner in the world, but it found its way to him on the bounce, and he's just looped one back over the goalkeeper. He may have got a touch to that. Bono got onto the crossbar.
Oh, lovely bit of skill from Coutinho. Has got away from Maffeo on this near side. Edge of the penalty area on his right foot. Tees it up for Suarez across to Messi. Dembele's in space on that far side. Here is Messi being harried and hassled by 2 or 3. He still has the ball at feet. Edge of the penalty area. Sips it through for Suarez, who is offside. Hits the post anyway. 8 minutes to play here on TalkSport 2. La Liga Live. 6-1 Barcelona lead. A reminder at 10 o'clock tonight, Will is here with all the football reaction highlights and interviews from all of today's football action for you. That's with Will. And there was a little touch onto the bar from Bono just to deny Vermaelen.
Yeah, it was a good save by the goalkeeper in the end, because it was dipping underneath the crossbar. We just see a replay of Phil Coutinho's skill against Maffeo, just danced around him like he wasn't even there. Yeah, I think with Luis Suarez as well, you know, the way he plays, he always flirts with the offside line. He's always looking to gain an advantage. We talked about at half-time about this second phase of playing offside. He's always the one that's trying to seek that advantage from the offside rule. And yes, he's going to get caught every now and again, but when he gets it right, he's so far in advance of the defenders that invariably it makes you pay for it.
Here's Girona on the right-hand side. Decent bit of work this time by Maffeo, charging through, still going towards the edge of the penalty area. Paulinho's there with a challenge, and he does well to take the ball off of his toes. And away down this near side come Barca once more. Over halfway, but Douglas Luiz nips in and picks up possession. inside the centre circle. Wouldn't you just love to see Barca Man City in the Champions League over 2 legs? I mean, I cannot tell you. The idea of these two going head to head would just blows the mind, really, doesn't it?
Yeah. It would just be a feast for the senses, you know. Again, like I wouldn't necessarily put Pep and Valverde down as tacticians in the sense that it's not about, you know, horses for courses, who's going to mark who. It's about, this is how we play, this is how we press, let's do it better than them. It will be an absolutely fantastic spectacle. Let's just hope the powers that be can get it organised for us, Alan.
Someone sort out the cold balls. That's a cross and picked up by Ter Stegen. I think there's a problem on the far side, and it is for Semedo, who is still feeling that challenge from earlier, I think, because he's just pulled up and it's his left hamstring, and they may have to finish the game with 10 here, Barcelona.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see. You can see, he's pulled up. That's a real blow for him, actually. I've been really impressed. I've seen him a few times this season, Semedo. He's slotted seamlessly into that Barca backline. Some pretty famous right backs in their time, Barca, and he looks like he's going to do just fine in that position. But it'll be a big loss if his hamstring's gone.
I was just thinking, actually, if they did draw each other in that Champions League, it would be like finding a bucket of southern fried chicken this week, wouldn't it, really? That's how excited I would be. It really would.
I don't doubt that for a second.
There's no doubt about it. I would be beyond excited.
That's magnificent.
Semedo's going to have to come off here. So I assume Sergio Roberto will slip to right back. Knowing this lot, they won't bother playing with one. They'll just go, it's all right, it's 6-1, we're okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if Messi's going to get his hat-trick tonight. He's already had 2 in the Liga this season, of course, against Eibar and Espanyol. So he likes one in a Catalan derby, that's for sure. Whether he'll get one tonight or not, Semedo is limping off on that far side, so they are going to be down to 10 men for the rest of the game. That's for sure. I think Ernesto Valverde's just been out giving his instructions, and actually, quite sensibly, Sergio Roberto has gone out to the right-back position, which means they're going to be a little bit light in the middle of the park, but I think they'll just go with Paulinho and Coutinho for the time being. I think they can manage it, 6-1.
I think they've got enough of a cushion to be okay at this juncture.
Should be okay indeed. Reminder, big time boxing for you tonight as well after we're done here. If you want a bit of big time boxing, it's live over with Fight Night on our sister station Talk Sport. Some massive fights coming up in the next few weeks for you as well, including Kell Brook, Amir Khan, Anthony Joshua, Hay against Bellew. It's your home of boxing, that's for sure. Talk Sport, Fight Night tonight, underway soon once we're done here, where Barca lead 6-1. And if this was a fight, the ref would have probably stopped it, or we may have seen Pablo Machín throw the towel in at some point. Alba's going to get booked here.
He tried that about 3 or 4 minutes ago with Maffeo, didn't he? The first time he's jumped on his back and he tried to clip his heels. This time he just rugby tackled him to the ground.
Yeah, he did. Maffeo did go down. 5th yellow card of the campaign for Jordi Alba. I mean, he literally has made no attempt to take the ball. He has flung both his arms around his midriff, having missed him first time.
In rugby terms, that's a no-arm tackle. He would have been sent to the stands for that one.
But you're right, he did try it a little earlier.
Yeah.
3 minutes to go here. 6-1 Barcelona lead on TalkSport 2. A reminder, tomorrow Sevilla against Atleti, 7:45 kickoff, like this game was tomorrow evening, all part of European Match Day Live, which gets underway at 5:30 tomorrow evening. Plenty of other big games across Europe as well. And of course we have La Liga action for you Wednesday night this week on TalkSport 2 as well. A full programme of midweek La Liga action. Semedo is off to get some treatment. Ter Stegen has it at the edge of his 6-yard box, and all this game is really missing now is either a goal for Dembele or that hat-trick for Lionel Messi. It's been Suarez's night so far to hit 3, his first since 2016 when he managed it against Real Betis. For Messi, as I mentioned, he's actually hit 3 hat-tricks in all competitions this season, because he netted, of course, against Ecuador when he was playing for Argentina in that very tense qualifying campaign for the World Cup, which you'll hear on TalkSport and TalkSport 2 across the network. Every single World Cup game will be live across our stations, and that, of course, gets underway in June and July. I think I was reminded, actually, in, was it 4 months' time today, on this very date, England will be taking on Panama, and that's a day of 3 games. Then the next day there's 4 games. I mean, that's called football heaven, really, isn't it?
That is a feast.
Unless you're, of course, Mrs. Western or Mrs. Bridge, and then you're not that happy about it.
Well, in contrast, they may well be delighted to get rid of us for a fair bit of time, perhaps.
I'm very much looking forward to bringing you some of those games in the World Cup this summer. I've had my roster, I shall not tell you, but I'm excited by some of them anyway. Away down this left-hand side, forward they come, and it's an opportunity for Planas, and it's back in field into a central area where Garcia's trying to get some of the work done for Girona. They must have had such high hopes, and that support, of course, that's not travelled far in this Catalan derby. There would have been much delight at the thought that, having got in front, they may have given Barca a bit of a game tonight, but it's been a real footballing lesson since then.
And, it was almost like Barcelona was stung by an annoying wasp for the first couple of minutes, and they've then seeked retribution ever since. And it's been a masterclass in attacking football from Barcelona, and Leo Messi's been an integral part of that. Coutinho's well and truly arrived, hasn't he, at the Camp Nou?
His confidence during this game, you've just visibly seen him kind of grow in stature as the game has gone on.
Yeah, absolutely. As you rightly said, he's going to be absolutely fine in this environment.
I still think we're a couple of seasons away from him asking Messi if he can take a free kick, but those kind of things do take a while. Here they come, Girona down the left-hand side, and Sergio Roberto nips in, and Girona have themselves a corner on the left as we tick down the last few seconds of the game. We're about to enter into added time, of which I'm sure there won't be too much at the end of this game from the referee. 3 minutes in total. The big board here at the Camp Nou lights up. Here's the corner for Girona. It's on their left-hand side. Is there a second goal in the evening for them? It's headed away from inside the penalty area. Paulinho trying to chase it out. It'll come back in on this near side where it's picked up by, on the right, Ramilo. And it's out for what will be a throw to Barcelona, to be taken by Alba down this left. We've had 30 seconds of the 3 minutes. A reminder, between now and 10 o'clock we'll talk La Liga and some of the other big football stories of the day ahead of all the football with Will, which gets underway from 10 o'clock. That's a ripping shot off the left boot that time of Alex Garcia, the substitute, and it's tipped over the top by Ter Stegen. It was fairly central in his goal and looked a comfortable save, but it's a decent effort from Garcia.
It was a decent effort. He skipped inside nicely. Suarez got caught in possession. It's come to Garcia, and he's ghosted past Jordi Alba and let fly from 20 yards, but it was pretty central, as you rightly say, and a comfortable save for Ter Stegen, but a save he had to make.
Here's the corner for Girona, another one down this right-hand side. It's swung towards that back post. It evades everyone. Garcia's there to lift it back in, headed in, and what a decent save that was off of Espinosa by Ter Stegen's left arm. And now a chance to counter with Coutinho away down the left-hand side. He may have run that just too far ahead of him. Oh, he goes to ground and still manages to get to the ball, does he? No, he's just beaten to it by Planas. Well, Coutinho just seemed to run out of gas there. His first touch, or maybe it was probably about his third or fourth touch, but it just took it too far away from him and allowed Girona to get back and defend.
Yeah, a lot of space to run into Phil Coutinho, but we're just going to see a replay of Ter Stegen's save. What a fantastic save he's made there. To get down that low, I think he ended up saving it with his forearm almost. Great save.
It's off the bicep almost, isn't it? I think. And actually, I would, in the world of goal line technology, that wasn't far from being all the way over the line, I would say, but obviously we'll have to wait for that till next season in Spain, and the potential of VAR as well.
Yes, indeed. Times are changing.
Last minute then, last 40 seconds or so for Messi to get that hat-trick if he wants it, and it certainly would be a deserving one. Obviously there's more than one match ball, thankfully, because Suarez has already got one for tonight. I don't think he's going to quite find time here. They've got themselves a free kick on halfway. Maybe that's a bit too far out for Messi to try. 20 seconds or so of added time remaining. It was the foul on Coutinho on this occasion. And it's taken quickly down the line by Alba, and it's in towards Suarez, a very tired looking Suarez, who then harries and hassles and takes down Maffeo and says, that's my only foul, what are you talking about?
I think he's expected to get booked, wasn't he, there? by rights he should have done, but I think
he'd already started to defend himself when it wasn't necessary. And the referee does blow the final whistle. It's a light-hearted moment to end what's been an absolute battering for Girona. Barcelona, having fallen behind early to that goal from Porto, responded in the only way they know how, with goals. Suarez, then 2 from Messi. Suarez again in the first half, and in the second period we've seen an absolute perler from Coutinho to start his goal-scoring career at Barcelona, and Suarez grabbing his first hat-trick since August 2016 when he scored one against Real Betis. 6 goals in total, a stunning victory for Barcelona. They move up on to 65 points from their 25 games. It's a new record as well in unbeaten games for them, 32. It beats Pep, which was set back in April 2011. 32 unbeaten, and another Catalonian derby which they've won with some ease. Full time here at the Camp Nou. It's finished. Barcelona 6, Girona 1.